Hey, Viking fans, this is Keith Millard, and you are listening to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. Go Vikes!
All right, welcome back to One Bar and Lupicus Show. I am Lupicus here with One Bar, and today we're going to look at some Vikings needs and say if it's going to be better if they're going to address those in the draft or in free agency, kind of giving them the most bang for the buck in 2021. So I think we all are very familiar with the Vikings' biggest needs: D tackle, defensive end, quarterback, safety, and guard. That's what we're going to look at today. One Bar, why don't you start it off?
Wow. All right. Well, let's start off at quarterback. So excited.
You should be. You should be.
Quarterback position, look at it from the Vikings. I mean, whether they should go free agency for this or the draft. Sean Mannion is an upcoming free agent. Kirk Cousins, whether or not he is long for the world for the Vikings, it appears he's here for the foreseeable future. But if this is time to find a backup or somebody for the future, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're going to take one in round one. I don't think anyone will be there. If somebody slides like a Trey Lance, who knows? But I just say free agency. I think we should move away from Sean Mannion. It's not like there's some great rookies coming off their contract who have been backups. There's nothing overly fantastic out there, but the Vikings have proven year in and year out they cannot develop a quarterback. So to take a mid-round guy like a Kellen Mond or a Jamie Newman, I would be a lot more confident if we've proven in the past that we've developed somebody. We haven't. So I say we ride it out with Kirk Cousins, sign an AJ McCarron, sign a Blaine Gabbert, whoever the hell it is, and let's just roll with it.
Well, the reason the Vikings haven't developed a mid-round quarterback is they never take one. They take round one, Christian Ponder, Teddy Bridgewater, neither one panned out there. John David Booty was a fifth rounder. Then they've just hit late rounders. Joe Webb, last year Nate Stanley, undrafted Jake Browning. The team just doesn't take guys in the mid-rounds at the quarterback position. This is the year I want to see that trend end. I want to see that trend die. I want them to take a quarterback in round 3 or 4, whether that's Kyle Trask, Jamie Newman, Kellen Mond, I don't care. Somebody, either one of those guys are going to come in already with more talent, dripping off their balls than Sean Mannion ever had. They're not going to have the experience that Mannion has. Not that he has a ton to begin with, but at least they give you somebody on the roster who has some upside, who could potentially develop and maybe one day start some games for the Vikings. I'm not going to go ahead and say they're going to be the starter, but have that potential, that possibility. That's something I want on this roster. Sean Mannion is not the future. He's not the past. He's not the present. He's nothing. At least a young guy would give you that. And the thing is, too, you got to remember, Kirk Cousins is extremely durable. This guy's never hurt. Maybe I just jinxed him. I'll knock on wood here. So I think you can actually have a young quarterback as the backup, let him learn, and be quite confident that Kirk Cousins will start every game for you next year.
Yeah, and the other thing I don't want him to is Mike Zimmer. It's not like he's going to be here for the next 4 or 5 years. If they draft a mid-round guy and we get a new coach in 3 years when Kirk Cousins is gone, he's not even going to be their guy.
Yeah, but if they win the Super Bowl next year, then they probably will extend Zimmer, and he will be the guy.
Okay, well, I wasn't saying I'm saying based off his age. He's an old man. He's an old man. I wouldn't be that upset. I just don't think Kellen Mond or Jamie Newman really have that it factor where they could be a starter someday.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's move on. Let's go to defense. How about defensive tackle? I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. I'm gonna start on this one. I'd like to see this updated and upgraded through free agency. And the fact is, I love Christian Barmore. I love Marvin Wilson. I think I made that very, very well known. But just the track record for D tackles, young rookie D tackles, making an impact in year one is very, very small. It seems like it's a very difficult position for these players to come in and just have success right out of the gate. So if I'm the Vikings, I'm going to hope I can upgrade this through free agency. And, that guy who just came available today, Mr. Quan Short, would be a hell of an addition to the Vikings front defensive line.
Yeah, if he could stay healthy, that would be great. He's 32, but all right, yeah, I'm all for you. I think if the Vikings defensive tackle is one of their biggest needs, if they go Barmore at 14, while deep down I wouldn't be that upset, it would definitely be a reach, at least at this point. And the last thing we need to do is make a reach in round 1. If we trade back and get Barmore, great, I'm all for it. But let's get somebody that's proven at defensive tackle. Let this be the position they actually spend some money on. We know they don't have a ton of money, whether it's a Harris from the Broncos, a Kawan Short, a Sheldon Rankins. let's put some money up there, because having Pierce come back, Hunter back, and then a proven commodity opposed to just a rookie that they need to develop, that defensive line is going to pull a 360 and be damn good.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. Again, nothing against Barmore or any of those guys that are coming out, and we'll probably still draft one regardless at some point. But just what a veteran can do from day one. It would, help the linebackers, help the young corners, help the safety group. So I think it's going to help your defense at all levels if you can find a guy who's proven that he can do it, be that interior disruptor that the Vikings need. All right, why don't you shoot me the next one?
Shoot, pew, 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 pew. Oh, God. Let's go with the guard position. Another big, old, fat need, and this one is easy for me. Going free agency. We can, guards in my mind is like the quarterback. We're cursed. We can't do it. And we've taken round 3 guys. We've taken round 4. We've taken round 5, round 6, round 7. Doesn't happen. We suck at it. We do not know how to find a guard. If we somehow get back in round 2 and take one of those guards, I'd feel a little bit better about it. But round 1, there's no guard there. I mean, if we get a Slater or somebody, move him in the guard, whatever. But go total free agency. Unfortunately, the big boys like a Brennan Scherf, Joe Tooney, I mean, those guys are pipe dreams. We would be looking at a good guard, not a great guard. Nick Eason just came available. It would just be somebody fairly generic, but fairly generic would be an upgrade. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I'm also going free agency here. Update this through free agency. I keep saying update. I mean upgrade. Upgrade this through free agency. And the track record is what swings me the free agent side of things. Drew Samia, Pat Elflein. I mean, even Ezra Cleveland last year was okay. Go back in the past, Marcus Johnson. He was supposed to be a lock, a surefire 10-year kind of guy in round 2. He bombed. The Vikings are cursed when it comes to guards. And look at their last big free agent signing, Josh Klein. He was amazing. He was awesome. And then they released him. So they seem to do better on the free agent side of things. So I would much rather see them upgrade this position. I don't want Elijah Vera Tucker at 14. I mean, Rashawn Slater, that would be the one guy I would be okay with. But I really don't want.
Josh Klein was awesome. I must interrupt. I mean,
okay.
Good.
He's awesome compared to what we've seen last year. Yes. Drew Samia, Dakota Dozier. He is awesome compared to them. Yeah, from a grade standpoint, yeah, he's probably not as good as I making him out to be. But shit, he was like, what, a 70 rated C average kind of a guy. I would take that in a heartbeat right now over the F guys we've had out there last year. So that's what I'm getting at. I was just looking for clarification. Thank you. No, I appreciate that because I was getting a little excited. But compared to what we've seen, he was freaking amazing.
Yeah. And just a quick little programming note. Tom Compton is a free agent this year, and he's available. He's there for the taking. Tom Compton.
It sucks because as bad as it's been, you always start to think about it, but then you remember how horrible he was too. So
yeah, there's actually, when you look at guard, there's some very interesting names out there that like flops at guard. Chance Warmack, Forrest Lamp will be interesting to see what he gets. Oh, Patrick Elflein, Danny Isadora, he's still in the league. Wow. All right, I'll get off my guard tangent.
We might have to do a guard video one of these days.
There's options. That's all I'm saying. There's options.
There is options. All right, let's go back to defense. Defensive end. This one is interesting because, I feel like this is where the 14th pick is going to go, whether it's Kwity Paye, Greg Rousseau, someone like that. If they trade down, get a different edge rusher. But I feel like just for their bang for their buck at pick 14, that's where they're going to go. But I really don't want to have another young, unproven guy opposite Daniel Hunter next year. So I'd like to see this upgraded through free agency. My fear is that there's just not going to be anybody who's going to have an impact that the Vikings can afford. So we'll have to see what's out there. But I would like to see this upgraded through free agency.
Yeah, I'm going draft on this one. I think 14 probably will, like you said, it could be a Kwity Paye. Who knows? It could be a Greg Rousseau. I actually like the idea of throwing somebody like that opposite Daniil Hunter. We still got DJ Wanham. We got a Denebo. So it's not like it is a huge need, and he could come in, be a rotational guy. So I like the idea of going defensive end. Even if we don't get one in round 1, there's still some good players that could trickle in the round 3, or if we trade up in round 2. You got the Patrick Jones. You got Bashman. There's a lot of guys. Patrick Johnson. There's some good guys out there. So I want to go defensive end.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not saying ignore it. I mean, obviously you like to have a mix, but I just for how bad the Vikings pass rush is, and I know it's gonna be better with Daniel Hunter in there. But man, I'd like to see someone who's done it at least for a season or two.
DJ Wanham, Jordan Brailford. His name's getting you hot and bothered?
No, I'm pretty shriveled right now.
Oh, God.
All
All right, final position.
Final.
Another big old fat need that not many people are talking about, and that is the safety position. Anthony Harris is moving on. We got Harrison Smith, and behind him we got Josh Metellus, and not a damn thing. So this is a big old need, big important need.
It's huge, and to me, this has to be the draft. And there's a couple reasons why. Even the Vikings don't address this till round 3. There's gonna be so many guys they can choose from. Richie Grant, Andre Sisco, Darius Washington, your boy, Hufanga from USC. I mean, there's just loads of quality safeties.
Oh.
I think they're going to be that 3rd round range. Vikings are going to end up getting one of those. I think one of those guys can come in and start. You look at the track record from last year. Anton Winfield having a huge impact. Jeremy Chin coming in. These guys played at a super high level. So safety has proven to be a position where a young guy can just produce from day one. And I think the Vikings would be wise to add a young buck next to Harrison Smith.
Yeah, what better situation for a rookie to come into than playing next to Harrison Smith? Harrison Smith can help with the slack there if he's still learning on the job, because he'll be forced into that starting spot day one. So it's a perfect situation. You could hand the baton off to this young feller for a couple years, and you already named him. Paris Ford's another guy that I absolutely love. Andre Sisco, a guy that I absolutely love. I love a lot of these safeties. So a round 3 safety, want it, need it.
You know, I haven't found a safety yet that I don't like.
Yeah, I think you're right. And when you look at the free agents, as far as safeties, there's a couple of guys right at the top, but after that, you might as well go rookie.
Well, and let's hope they go at least 2 rookies. I don't want to go into 2021 with 2 safeties on the roster like we did last year. That was horrifying.
They had no desire to take a safety last year. 0.
No disrespect to Josh Metellus.
And Brian Cole, of course.
God, Brian Cole. Jesus. All right, that's it. Those are the 5 positions, whether the Vikings should address those in free agency or the draft. Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget, #sauce. Land yourself that beautiful, beautiful print of Jimmy Kleinsasser.
Absolutely.
It's adorable.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Until then, guys, remember this. Female anacondas strangle and eat the male after screwing so they can survive in the 7 months of fasting during the pregnancy.